What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Um, Hope all of you having a great day so far. Yes, I have shaved. I had to. I was starting to look like Teen Wolf, so I had to get that right. Oh, and of course I got my snacks, my chicken nuggets. I love chicken nuggets. Let me get into this episode of General Hospital for today. You already know I'm pissed the fuck off. And you might hear something that you don't like to hear, but I'm gonna say it later on in the episode. So anyway, it's just way, like I said, it's just way too many fucking characters in one episode. It's just way too many characters in just one episode. It's ridiculous. Dante, Lulu, Olivia, Maxie, Spinelli, Ava, Franco, Silas, Elizabeth, Britt, Patrick, Carly, AJ. Who else? It's just too many people. They need to cut at least half of these characters. How is General Hospital staying in budget when they got too many fucking characters and they're adding new characters? And the only person so far that they're cutting is Connie. That's it. You need to cut at least 10 to 15 characters. At least. And if you want to talk about cuts, there's two cuts I know that definitely needs to take place. And those two cuts, Ron, Frank, cut them. Get them out, please. I'd rather have Guzza come back. Bring him back, please. For the love of Jesus, bring him back. At least with Guzza, we got some decent writing. We didn't get nothing out of the box. Like, we didn't get no crazy shit. I mean, we got crazy shit with Guzza, but not out there. So, anyway, Carly and Spinelli, they're at Kelly's, talking about their secret, their investigation on Ava. Ava just so happens to walk up and hear them talking. Carly comes up with a scheme talking about she was just telling Frank, Spinelli, see, I told you, too many characters in the show, because I was just about to call Spinelli Franco. Too many. It's just driving me crazy. I'm trying to keep this shit straight. Anyway, she was telling Spinelli about Morgan staying with Ava and them, and Ava talking about as long as Morgan's under my roof. Bitch, last time I checked, that's Monica's roof, not your roof. And I don't know where Monica is, but she needs to throw these trash bags out of her house now. Fake ass quarter names. Please. I know Edward got to be rolling over his grave, all these bastards in his house. So anyway, she walks off. Carly wants Spinelli to follow her, but Spinelli's a little reluctant because she already seen his face, so she would spot him if he started following her, which is smart. So anyway, he follows her. Spinelli goes to the hospital. She spots him and tells him and Carly that him and Carly need to back off. So Carly's with AJ she bumps into AJ at Kelly's. They start their usual banter, and he tells her about him and Elizabeth being together and blah blah blah. She's talking shit about Elizabeth, calling her delusional to take him back. Then they start talking about Franco, and AJ was wondering if Carly has something to do with Franco getting beat up, since he already knows Carly has something to do with Franco, somebody shooting at him. So they start talking about Ava, and Carly was saying how Ava's up to something, and they start talking about ELQ, and they figure out with Kiki and Franco combined, they both have 15% of the company, meaning that they can pretty much stage a coup to take over ELQ. And that's what he's thinking Ava's all about. She's trying to horn in on ELQ. She's in it with Franco, so he's now figuring this out. So him and Carly, the way they see it, they're on the same side. So they must work together to get this bitch out of their life. I love AJ and Carly together. For some odd reason, they look good together. Much better than him and Elizabeth. I could definitely see AJ back with Carly. I could see it. And I wouldn't mind it. They're both crazy as fuck, and you could tell Carly started to soften towards him since the last few months, cause she downright hated AJ. She called that fool a serial screw up. So at the hospital, Sabrina is acting all bitchy or whatever. Patrick and Britt has to go to Lamaze class, and this idiot is asking Sabrina is she okay with it. Last time I checked, Sabrina ain't got a damn thing to say about it. First of all, this is your baby, allegedly, with Britt. So therefore, the only two people that got anything to say is Britt and Patrick. Sabrina, stay out. So he tells her he'll meet her there. Sabrina and Patrick just get on my nerves together. Honestly, all they do is talk about Britt. There's no real chemistry. They have nothing in common with each other. What are they together for? I wouldn't really be sad to see Sabrina go when they start doing the cuts this fall. I wouldn't be sad to see that bitch go. Bye. Cause she looked like she about to start becoming obsessed with Britt. Like she's just totally obsessed with the girl. I understand she think Britt lying and all that, but you ain't got no proof. So no proof, no nothing. So anyway, AJ was talking with Elizabeth and, you know, checking on her because it's the anniversary of the date that her grandfather died. 17 years ago. Well, 16 years ago. So he leaves. Nicholas comes lurking in there or whatever. They start talking. I really don't care. Nicholas needs to leave her be. If she want to be with AJ, let her be with AJ. It is what it is. He can move on. He can do so much better than Elizabeth. I'm just saying. So Nicholas bumps into Britt again. I'm loving Nicholas and Britt together. The chemistry is very good between the two of them. They look good together, Britt and Nicholas. They definitely do it. You know, I don't really think Britt is a psycho. I just think she wants to be loved. But when you grow up with Faison and Dr. Obrecht as your parents, you don't stand a chance. So I don't really blame her, you know, for the way she turned out. Look at her mother and father. May God help her. So anyway, they're talking and she called Patrick a jackass and stuff like that. Well, Nicholas called Patrick a jackass, but he didn't know Patrick was her baby father. So Patrick comes up and Nicholas was a little surprised. And so was Patrick because he didn't know Britt and Nicholas knew each other. So they start talking or whatever. And that's when Sabrina came in to get Patrick because of some medical emergency. So Britt was really pissed about that. So she didn't have a birthing coach. So Nicholas decided to be her birthing coach. Anyway, back at the Falconeri loft, Olivia, why is she staying there? Like, obviously she's okay to take care of herself. Look at her outfit. I'm just saying. She looks like she's capable of taking care of herself. She doesn't look like a person that's still recovering from a gun wound. She looks okay to me, so she can go back to her apartment. So anyway, Lulu's sick, so Olivia ordered some soup from Kelly's. The guy knocks at the door. She opens it. In her visions, she see Maxie coming in just with a crazy look on her face. She has a knife in her hand. Goes in the kitchen behind Lulu and starts stabbing the shit out of her with this sick face. I don't know. I don't know. She looked real crazy with that look on her face. So, Olivia starts screaming and yelling like a banshee. Lulu calms her down. Dante's at the hospital with Maxie. He overhears Maxie apologizing to Georgie. So Dante gets a phone call from Olivia about the vision or whatever, but she didn't tell it to him over the phone. She told him to get home ASAP. So Dante has to leave, and Spinelli comes up, and he tells Spinelli to take over as the, her birthing coach. Take the role. So he leaves. Maxie is very uneasy about Spinelli being her partner in Lamaze, which I don't blame her. I mean, she is keeping the kid, the baby, away from the father. So Spinelli said, it looks like we're gonna do this together or whatever, something. And she was like, oh hell no. I was like, Maxie is such a you need to tell that man the truth. So they go into Lamaze class. Britt, Patrick, too many on the show. Britt and Nicholas come in, and Maxie hurries up and tell her that, Spinelli's just filling in for Dante. So they all get ready. Epiphany comes in. Epiphany is my girl. She's going to be their instructor. And Maxie and Spinelli sitting there laughing and stuff, and Epiphany looked like she was about to beat their ass. Epiphany don't play. So anyway, Silas is in Franco's he's in his room. Well, before I get into all that, I'm gonna save them for last. I'm just so discombobulated today. This fucking episode just drives me crazy. Dante goes back to the loft. They're talking. Olivia's telling him about the vision, and Dante's dismissing it, and she's like telling him what about all her other visions that's came true. So they don't want to believe it, and Lulu tells him to go back to the hospital, and Olivia's not too happy about that. So Dante tells her about Spinelli stepping in, and Lulu decides to go back to bed. Dante goes to help her. Just a bunch of bullshit. I think the stabbing in the back was rather symbolic to the baby situation. She's not really gonna stab her, but it's symbolic. It symbolizes the baby situation that's about to come to a head. So anyway, Silas Clay's in Franco's hospital room, and they're talking and stuff like that. He's trying to get a swab from him for Danny for the bone marrow, and they start talking. Silas brings up Ava Jerome, and he wants to know about Franco and Ava. So Ava comes in and berates Silas and asks him what the hell he's doing in there after she told him to stay out. Franco's wondering what the hell is going on. And then he was about to tell Silas that they share a kid together when Franco started to have a seizure. So Sabrina comes running in. He tells Sabrina to take the swab down to the lab and go get a doctor to come in there immediately. So she goes to get Patrick. Patrick comes in there. Patrick goes in, runs, they get him stabilized. They calm him down. He wakes up. Patrick starts asking Franco questions about what year it is, where he is, and then his name. So Franco tells him, I'm Jason Morgan. I was done. I was so done. He said, I'm Jason Morgan. Here's the beginning of this stupid ass storyline that I hate. I feel like Ron and Frank, you gotta go. I'm sorry, but come on now. Guzza, he would have never did no shit like this. Come on now. Frank, he gotta go. I'm just so tired of this storyline. I don't even want to talk about this storyline. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch this General Hospital like for the rest of the week. As long as the storyline is going on, I can't do a video on it because I'm not with it. I feel like it's a spit in the face to Steve Burton. It's a spit in the face to the fans. It's a mess. I can't be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm willing to go the whole week without actually watching this dumbass storyline because I just can't do it. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. So if you don't see a video tomorrow or for the rest of the week, you understand why. I just feel like it's too much. Anyway, I will see all of you later. I hope you all have a great day. See you all later. I'm out.